Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachy Catholic Church in Sterling Heights. Welcome to Saint of the Day. Today is January the 25th. Oh, and by the way, we're in the Archdiocese of Detroit. Today is the conversion of St. Paul. The conversion of St. Paul is a marvelous story. Paul was originally, a tent maker, and he got a lot of his hides from the temple priests. People would bring cattle in to have them sacrificed, and of course the temple priests would sell the hides to tent makers, including Paul. And when the local Christian community began to assemble with St. Peter and the other apostles, and they began to tell people that they no longer had to make sacrifices at the temple, well, income went down at the temple, and this infuriated the temple priests. And so they had to do something about that. And Paul, at the time, who was called Saul, was sent to do something about this. And so he did. He got a group of thugs together, and as St. Stephen, one of the very first deacons, was preaching about the Lord, Paul incited the crowd to stone poor Stephen to death, and then to instigate other persecutions. The temple priests were very happy with what Paul did and gave him letters of authority to travel to the city of Damascus and seek out those Christians who had fled there. Because after all, stopping Christianity in Jerusalem wasn't going to be enough. They got to stomp it out wherever it went, lest people stop coming to Jerusalem to sacrifice cows and doves and other things from other cities. So they had to get rid of this new Christian faith. And on the road Paul went when a bright light appears and it blinds him. And then he hears a voice, "Why are you persecuting me?" And Paul falls down to the ground. And he is told to go to Damascus, to a street. And the name of the street is Straight, to Straight Street. And to go there and await when someone would come and tell him about the Lord. And so he did. He went there. And a Christian who had fled Jerusalem and knew very much who Paul was, the name is Irenaeus, was told to go and meet with Paul. Irenaeus was very reluctant to do so because of the killing of Stephen and other persecutions attributed to Paul. But he finally got enough courage to go. And he sat next to Paul and told him about the Lord. And Paul decided to do a 180. He went from persecuting Christians to become a believer himself. He was baptized, and his sight was restored. Now he would see things not from the eyes of the world, but see things from the eyes of God. And the story of his amazing evangelization work for the next 30 years is well documented in the book of Acts and well reflected upon in his many letters.